What up, everybody? We back with my guy Five Star, and I feel like we've been doing some nice work on these Fridays, man. College, NFL, been giving out some winners. So, how you been, Five Star? It's been a week since we had you on the show. I know we see each other during the week, but how's everything
Yeah,
been for you?
we blessed, man. Shout out to the chat. Y'all hit that like for my boy Skee right now, man. We just trying to always keep what you see at the bottom of the screen going. That's positive vibes and making money, man. That's all we're about over here. We appreciate for everyone that's tuning in. We hope you come in here and get some winners and learn something.
That's all we trying to do. Help educate you a little bit and help you guys put some money in your pocket. So see you guys in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Sober bets. What does it say? Ski. Before we get going, just wanted to thank you. I purchased that Lynx Mercury over 160.5 Wednesday. Nice hit. Glad that I can give you a winner. Appreciate you, Sober Bets. And looks like you got somebody here. Carlos says 5 star from the wagering world to John and Lance to Ski. He stays following. He says he sees all your work. So
Shout out, Carlos. I appreciate the love, man. Hardest working man in sports betting, man. Let's keep grinding.
let's get it. We got some college football for tonight, and then we'll talk a little bit of NFL for tomorrow. So, we got some college football for tomorrow too. So,
Yeah.
first game up, we'll go 105, 106, Virginia Tech and Miami. This game opened up Miami 16 and a half point favorites. Currently, it's 17 and a half, but in the total open 56 and a half and it's down to 54. I'm pretty sure I saw this one go up higher than 17 and a half and it's come back down. Um, Miami, I like what I've seen. Is it Cam Ward? I like their quarterback.
Yeah.
He looks really good, and I think they've covered every game except one. But you think that cover train might find a bump in the road on this one? You liking
Yeah, I'm on
Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I'm on Virginia Tech on this one. I got 19 and a half yesterday when it hit the highest number. Sweet spot that we talk about. The what's up, Peasy? That reverse, that we always
Line
like to
movement.
get Ski. All the money's coming in on Miami, but the line's going down. I call it the sweet spot. So everything's looking lovely right now for me because I got 19 and a half. My clients got 17 and a half. You guys take anything over 17 and a half. I like 17 and a half. I think it might land right on that 17 area, 16 as far as at the end of the game. But honestly, Virginia Tech could pull out an outright. It's janky like that on Friday nights. You know that. So uh, long history playing on Friday nights for Virginia Tech as well. They've underachieved this year, man. But Virginia Tech has a really good team. They got back 17 of their starters. Just Brent Pry is just too vanilla with his offensive play calling, man. He's not getting the best out of all of those skill position guys that he had came back. He got some really good receivers, a really good running back in Tootin, and then he also has a really good quarterback in Kyron Drones who transferred from Baylor. He's a playmaker and might even play in the NFL, but he's not giving him a chance to, play his best by the way that he's calling these games. I'm thinking with it being that Miami is a big game, it's going to be a national game. We'll see them pull out all the stops and see a much better performance from them. Miami is a really good team, bro. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of Cam Ward. I was on him before everybody. I was talking about Cam Ward 3 years ago when he was still an incarnate word. You remember when it was spring football and I was betting FCS football ski because it was no college football at the time. They shut down the season and the FCS decided to play in the spring. That's how I first learned about Cam Ward because I called my boy Lance Zerline from the NFL Network and was like, bro, who is this kid Cam Ward that's over at Incarnate Word? He's like, yeah, it's a lot of noise coming out about him, about he has some potential to move up and play at a D1. I was like, yeah, he need to be at a D1. He different. He ends up going to Washington State, shines over there, starts hanging with Shedeur Sanders. They're good friends now. Starts working out with him, goes to Miami. Now he's a household name, leading guy to win the Heisman. He's the leading favorite to win the Heisman right now. I didn't like last week something I saw to Cam Ward. He was showing the South Florida players where the play was coming before they ran it. Hey, you know how it goes. After arrogance comes the fall. So I think that they're going to come in with a real big head in this one, feeling themselves. And also we got the weather that's going to help us out in this one. It's a hurricane down in Florida. So it might be sloppy tonight. It's going to slow everything down. It's not going to be the normal, Lamborghini Urus type offense that we see out of Miami. They're not going to be able to just throw it all around the field like normal, bro. Virginia Tech plays this type of football, the slugfest. in the dirt type of game. Give me Virginia Tech able to stay attached in this game. I think that their pride helps them in this one. I think that they stay close, man. I like Virginia Tech right here, plus 19.5 that I have. But as I said, up to 17.5 for all of the guys in the chat.
So I have a question here.
Yes.
Does Virginia Tech win this game? I see the guys in the chat like an under. B Daddy
Mm-hmm.
says that's why he bet the first half under bad weather. I mean, does Virginia Tech win this game by on the defensive end? Like, is it their defense that's going to keep them in more than the offense, or like what unit do you trust more for V Tech?
For VTech, I actually trust their ability to time consume, that their offense will be able to stay on the field by 4 or 5 yard gains at a time, drones with scrambles. I think they play small ball and they kind of play keep away with that Miami offense, and that's their way to victory. That's their road to victory. As I said, Miami's been impressive, but last week, if you watched Miami against South Florida, you really saw that game. South Florida was in that game for the cover until Byron Brown got hurt, the quarterback for South Florida. He's a baller. He got hurt the third quarter, and that kind of allowed Miami to separate from them. But before that, they was giving them hell. I had first half. Remember, I text you. I took first half on South Florida last week, and they covered. The score at halftime, I think, was 22-15 or 22-17 or something like that. So don't get me wrong. Miami's good, super great offense. But like I told you, once again, you're dealing with now you're driving a Lamborghini Urus inside of a hurricane. It's just not going to work, So you got to slow down. You still got to, you're not built for that. So I think that Miami runs Damian Martinez, and if Virginia Tech can keep him from breaking off long runs, they'll be okay. Now, if Damian Martinez is running up and down the field, they're in trouble. They won't be able to keep it within the number. But I think that Virginia Tech surprises people tonight, and I think they play a lot better than they played in the past.
All right, good stuff there from Five Star. Shout out my guy X Nizzle in the chat. He said, "What he say? If you ain't hit the like button, then what we doing? My guy's giving y'all great info for free. Hit the like button real quick. Appreciate you, X Nizzle, and it definitely helps out the show if you guys hit the like button for me." And X Nizzle says he likes Rutgers tonight, so good luck on that, my boy. Let's move over to tomorrow, and a game we're looking at over there is Maryland and Indiana.
Yeah.
So looking, damn, it's the same thing I did with Ravino. So many games, bro. I can't. It's hard
So
for me to
many.
just see. I can't even see where the opening line was. There it is. The open
Yeah.
-7 for Indiana hasn't really moved. The total has dropped from 55.5 to 51. So first thing I gotta ask you when I see a total is there any big injuries like a quarterback missing? Um, I don't think there's any weather thing going on with Indiana, but yeah, I ask you if there's any injuries, and why are you liking the dog in this one too?
Injuries. I don't think it's any injuries. You can kind of do some scanning while I break it down, but not none that it came across my timeline or I've been notified of. The reason I like Maryland in this game is I think that the books are overvaluing Indiana, and I like Indiana. I laid the points with them when they went to UCLA. Super big fan of Dave Signetti. He came over from James Madison. As you see, James Madison is still a really good team. The way that they put a whooping on North Carolina last week, he set that program right, got it good, and moved to Indiana. Now he's in Bloomington trying to do his thing. Brought over a lot of transfers, including Elijah Surratt, who was the big-time receiver over at James Madison. He's good. He also got Curtis Rourke. Curtis Rourke is from Ohio, 6'5" kid, dealt with some injuries. His brother played in the pros, and his brother plays in CFL right now. So the Rourke family produces really good quarterbacks, and he's also one. But they're playing a team that's underrated in Mike Loxley's Maryland team. Mike Loxley's been there about 5 or 6 years now. Maryland's always under the radar, but they're always a good team. A lot of people don't know that Tua's little brother is the all-time Big Ten leading passer in history, because Loxley, ever since he came over from Alabama, he was the OC at Alabama. He's done a really good job of developing receivers, and he has another superstar over there in Ty Felton. Ty Felton, he has a 5 touchdown receptions this year already, averages 151 yards per game. He's a game breaker. On the other side, Jaden Prather, who's a really good player. pulling the trigger is Billy Edwards, and that's the guy that's going to put Maryland in the mix on this game to me. He's throwing for 75% completion percentage, 6'4" kid, like 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, very underrated quarterback, underrated coach, underrated program in Maryland. They've had a lot of success against Indiana. They beat them the last 3 times they played. I know Signetti is bringing a brand new spirit to Indiana. I know they're a much better team, but this is still a conference game. This is still a Big Ten game, and I think that Maryland has a lot of confidence when they look across the field and see Indiana with all of the success, that Mike Locksley has had against that program. So more than a touchdown with 7 is a great number for an offense as good as Maryland. Maryland could actually win this game money line, but I definitely like the +7. So give me a Maryland +7 in Bloomington.
I think that was a really good breakdown. Stood out to me as you said, they beat them the last 3 times in a row, and they here getting 7 points. So it's a
Yeah,
team they're familiar with, a team they've kind of owned lately. I can see why you think it could stay within the touchdown. So
yeah,
good stuff on that breakdown there. This is where we move over to NFL, and I gotta just take a glance because I made banners for all these games. I know you want to talk about a few. Okay, here we
hmm
go. So we'll move over to Broncos and Jets,
okay,
and just get the opener here. This game opened Jets -8. They're now 7.5 point favorites, and the total has gone up from 37 to 39.5. Denver, shout out to them for getting that win last week. We needed it, but
yeah.
I'm still just not sure. That's a team that I want to be backing on a consistent basis. The Jets, they started to look better, I think, week after week. Rodgers has definitely looked better. The defense, I want to say the defense has been getting after quarterbacks, and I think they can get after Knicks here. But you think Denver can have a little bit of success in this game? You trust the rookie?
Not official play for me. Just on the breakdown, I do lean Denver with that many points. I'm just not laying over 7 points with the Jets offense. They haven't proven to me that Aaron Rodgers is all the way back yet. They haven't proved to me that they're just a trustworthy offense. I'm not a Daniel Hackett guy. I don't like him. I don't think that
Yeah.
he's a good coach. And he's the OC over there. I'm also not a Robert Saleh guy. I don't think that he's really a great head coach. So the advantage that the Broncos are going to have is schematically. We know Sean Payton, he's going to have those boys ready to play. Sean Payton is a hell of a coach. So it won't be his fault that they lose. Whereas with the Jets, you got to worry about them playing well and also their coaches putting them in the right position to be successful. The Broncos defense is really underrated this year. A lot of people aren't paying attention to them, but Broncos are playing ball on the defensive side of the ball. And Sean Payton is doing a really good job at hiding Bo Nix and, making it where he's getting easy throws and using his athleticism to get him out the pocket where he can get a clear view of the field. Because that's the thing about rookie quarterbacks. When they drop back in the pocket, man, there's so much stuff going on when you're dealing with an NFL defense coming from a college defense. NFL has got all these fake looks. They're masking everything. Linebackers and safeties are playing with your eyes. So it's a lot. That's why Sean Payton has been smart enough to really utilize the bootleg with Bo Nix and, give him a chance to see at least half the field clear. I think that he can come up with something in this game to keep it close. The running game is the key. The Jets aren't good against the run, but the Broncos don't run the ball well. So I think that if Sean Payton can figure out a way to find a running game, they can keep this game close. Revenge spot right here for Sean Payton. I don't know if you remember or not. He kind of talked crazy about
For
Daniel
Hackett
Hackett.
too, right? So it's both of
Yeah.
them.
Well, they already played since that. And remember, the Jets won with Wilson at Denver last year.
Okay. Okay.
Remember that Wilson beat Wilson. Zach Wilson beat Russell Wilson. So that was their revenge. And it was a close game. The last play of the game, the Jets recovered the fumble and ran it back for a touchdown and win by 10 points. But it was a 3-point game before that in the final seconds of the game. So I like Denver. I lean Denver in this spot. Not an official play, but I do lean Denver in this one.
All right, good stuff. Let's keep going down the list here. Next game we're going to talk about is Bengals at the Panthers. And this one opened up with the Bengals as a 7 point favorite and is
Yeah.
down to 4.5. Total up about 5 points from 42.5 to 47.5. That looks like a little bit of believers in the red rifle. They think that he could come maybe get a little bit of revenge or at least do something offensively. I mean, he did look good. He had the Panthers offense look good for once. So um the line though, here's what I gotta ask you. Is Cincinnati the type of team that's gonna quit down 0-3? I mean, the Ravens are only 1-2. They still have a chance to, make some noise in the division. Or is it just like they played some good teams, they had some tough losses, and they're still a good team? How are you viewing Cincinnati? Can they cover this game versus Carolina?
They haven't been too good on the road against with their current regime. Just their hunger right now. They gotta get a win right here. You gotta think that Jamar Chase and Burrow aren't going out like that, but then they haven't paid Chase. Burrow is around there looking like Ellen DeGeneres. He got weird on me. That was my boy at LSU. I don't know what happened to him. We used to be right there
His swag
hugging his head.
is totally different now.
Bro, it's so weird. He went to that all white party and has never recovered. Like he's got a lifelong hangover from that white party for some reason that I saw him at, man. But anyway, man, Burrow he is two superstar now. He went to Hollywood. We know what's going on with Cincinnati being cheap. They've always been cheap. Jamar Chase, now he's putting up tape for himself, but he did make them get an insurance policy on him, so he does have that going if he gets injured. As Carolina turned the corner, Dave Canales says he's a good coach, and he says that he showed it last week when Andy Dalton came in and ran that offense. But as I told you, I'm not giving up on Bryce Young. I feel like what happened is Canales is a my way or the highway type of coach, obviously, because he didn't want to tailor the offense to fit Bryce Young. Bryce Young is a different style quarterback. You can't just run the same things you run with Bryce Young that you ran with a pocket quarterback, or with a guy like Joe Burrow, because that's where Canales came from, I believe. Did Canales come from there? Oh no, he was with Seattle, right? Seattle, I think he came from
You
Seattle.
know more
But
than me.
yeah, I think he was under. Yeah, he's from Seattle. He was mentored by Pete Carroll, but still, the type of offense that they ran in Seattle was mostly pro style. He thinks that Andy Dalton can run it. Andy Dalton, right out of Houston, Katy, Texas, boy. He's right from around the area, beloved by a lot of Cincinnati fans, and now he plays his old team. This is just an ugly game. Just two teams that nobody really cares for except for their fan bases. Cincinnati is hungry on this game. The line is doing the sweet spot. All the money's coming in on Cincinnati, but the line's running back the other way. It's down to 4 points. So they're saying that the Panthers have a really good chance of keeping this game close or even winning. So with that said, you know me, I don't like to mess around with the public and get them in my business. So I'll probably just play on this with Jamar Chase to score a touchdown, simply because everyone's blowing smoke up J.C. Horn's butt and thinking he's all this great cornerback and a lockdown cornerback. And hopefully Carolina is ignorant enough for us as bettors to put him one-on-one a couple times with Jamar Chase so he can burn him and we can get that touchdown score.
Chase, I mean, you call it. I mean, you told me personally, Chase was gonna do some work last game, and he got that touchdown, first touchdown, I think it was too.
Yeah.
So going back to the well, I could see that being a good way to play this game. This next game, I'm more interested than Bengals at Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles and Bucks. Um, opened. My bad. Let me see here. Opened as a pick 'em. Now Philly is the short favorite. Total has gone down from 47.5 to 42.5. And this makes sense because I mean AJ Brown is hurt, right? Smith, I believe I saw he's not supposed to play either. Eagles are banged up, and the defense, I think the defense is banged up and just not good too, the secondary. So it's very hard for me to even think about betting the Eagles. Baker, he has looked pretty good. I know they're coming off of a loss in that last game, but I like Baker. I like Hall of Famer Mike Evans. I want to try to get there with the Bucks. I think I saw this one at 2.5 or 3 sometime this week, and I just let it pass me by. But I still think you can get there with the Bucks. You agree?
Yeah, that's an official play for me. I already took Tampa Bay +2 and my clients. as well took them, and we took a money line, and I gave it out on ESPN 97.5. I'm all on the Bucs on this one. I think it's a great bounce back spot. Last week, Baker was being a company man, and he did what he needed to do. Now he has to bounce back this week and earn a new commercial. So he'll look good this week against the Eagles. The Eagles barely survived against the Saints. Just the ineptness of Derek Carr, excuse me. They're both sorry, him and his brother. The ineptness of Derek Carr that is the reason why the Eagles were able to get in New Orleans and get out of there with a win. But man, that's so beat up. AJ Brown still dealing with that hamstring. He didn't practice this week. Devontae Smith out with concussion protocol. Lane Johnson, even more important than maybe the receivers, is going to be out most likely with concussion protocol. Lane Johnson is the key to that team. He's one of those guys like TJ Watt. He equals wins. His wins above replacement is crazy. Like when Lane Johnson doesn't play, the Philadelphia Eagles are a losing team. They have a losing record. Also, keep an eye. Mekhi Becton is out there guard. The other guard, Landon Dickerson, is beat up. So the Eagles are walking wounded, running around with an idiot coach. Sirianni is not the right guy. He'll be out of there very soon. Because one thing I do like about the Philadelphia ownership group, they waste no time. It's like, it's what have you done for me lately? If you're not doing what you need to do, they're going to get up off you. I think he's out of there. Jalen Hurts has not a lot of help on offense. Then he's 1-3 against Todd Bowles in his career. Todd Bowles really gives him a lot of problems. Bucs coming off a loss. Who's going to throw to Dallas Goedert? I think that the Bucs are smart enough to kind of keep an eye on him and watch him. I don't know if their star safety will be playing or not. He's supposed to be hurt. But I do think another bounce back spot, really good spot for Tampa Bay. It's one of those lines that, they're trying to fool you by letting it run one way to make you think that the Eagles have a chance. They know regardless of what, the traders know that the Eagles are going to always have money bet on them every week because they're one of the more national brands in football. Their fan base loves to bet. And I'm like Brett Musburg on this one, Skee. What's better than a home team with points, So give me the +2 with Tampa Bay.
I'm glad to hear we on the same page there. That gives me some more confidence to go get to the window with the
Yes,
Tampa Bay
sir.
Bucks. Let's move it on over. We have Rams and Bears. This game opened up Bears -4. It did come down. There was that the opener or the look ahead? Because I feel like I saw it lower than I saw a 2 or 2.5 and then go up to 3. So I'm confused with this one. But it's 3 right now. Total open 41.5 and looks like 40.5 is the consensus. Here's my opinion before I pass it to you. This Rams team coming into the season, number one spending on offense, the least amount of money spent on defense. You now have a Rams team who offensive line is completely banged up. The receivers are banged up. So all that good money they spend on offense, they're not even going to have it. And maybe, you know, that defense is what Caleb needs to actually look good for a game. I do trust the Bears defense. They've been pretty damn good so far. I want to try to get there with the Bears. It's always tough for me to think about backing Caleb. I just haven't seen a whole lot lately, but I think this is a spot that the Bears can take advantage of. Do you?
I'm not playing this game. My handicap says football, Rams, but market Bears. So I'll stay away from it. But just my opinion on the game, Caleb Williams has a long way to go.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because I don't like Eberflus. I thought Eberflus was going to be okay because I thought he was going to stick to being a really good defensive coordinator, which he was with the Colts. He's going back to Indianapolis. So, last week he went back to Indianapolis. He was a defensive coordinator for the Colts. Now, he's the head coach. This guy's holding play sheets now. Skee, he on the sidelines trying to call the offense now. So you calling defense or you calling offense, bro? Are you are you going to let your coordinators do their job? And he babied Caleb Williams, told the team they can't haze him when he came in. This is Caleb's team. Gave him the locker room. That's just not going to end up well, bro. You cannot have a spoiled brat as your quarterback. Can't have a guy out there worried about painting his nails. Like he's supposed to give all that shit up when he got to the NFL. If you want to wear your fingernail polish and stuff, bro, do it off the field. You know the other teams look at it as disrespectful, because especially before he was put like F the other team when he was in college. I guess he smart enough not to do that in the pros, but that's still motivation for these guys who are pros. They're like, every pro is looking for a reason to get up every game, because these guys are playing for their mortgages. They're playing for their car notes. They're playing for alimony, so like they have bills to pay. So every week you're looking for an advantage. Why you want to paint your nails, man? So now they can be like, yeah, we're gonna kill me. His nails are painted. That's more reason for them to want to hurt you, bro. Like, like just chill with all the antics and just play quarterback. So that's why I don't like the Bears. I don't like diva quarterbacks. You know that. Like, I like guys like I like guys who earn it. CJ is popping because he earned it on the field. Everybody likes him. He's just himself, and he tried to help Caleb. You saw Caleb was looking at him like he was crazy. Like, don't talk to me. Like, I don't like that, bro. So I feel like he's an asshole. And when you're dealing with an asshole at quarterback, the team's not going to follow him. You already see DJ Moore don't want to play with him. He already told, when he was walking off the field, he told Tyson Baggett, the backup quarterback, we need you. He's still texting Justin Fields probably every night, like, bro, I'm in here with this dude. I can't stand him. But, DJ Moore was all offseason like, how the hell are y'all going to trade Justin Fields? He the best player on the offense. So then you have the veteran over there in Keenan Allen. He's been banged up. He's stealing money. He got traded over there. Just you a Chargers fan. You know the best days of Keenan Allen are gone.
Oh yeah, I wasn't surprised to see him on the injury report right after week 1.
Yeah, man, he's just getting his last little checks that he can get before he retires, and he's gonna end up probably with his jersey retired with the Chargers because he was a hell of a player. But man, he's on the back end of his career. He hasn't been playing over a decade, at minimum, at least 10, 11 years. So he's through. A Doomsday, he's open, but Caleb Williams and him obviously don't get along with each other. Doomsday's right here from Vegas with the Bishop Gorman. I've seen him kind of upset. He's not getting along with Caleb Williams if his dad is putting a tape on X showing how open his son is and nobody's throwing him the ball. So it's just a bunch of shit going on in Chicago, man. And it all has to do with that quarterback and that coach. The coach is kissing the quarterback's tail, and the team doesn't believe he deserves it. So if the defense can get up to play for them and plays well and are professionals, we know how their defense is. Chicago has a really good defense. But you're dealing with Sean McVay. Sean McVay is one of the smartest coaches in the league. Matt Stafford's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They could draw up enough to put up enough points against the Bears to win this game. You know that. Because Sean McVay just sunned Shanahan last week. You saw him? He rubbed his head like a little boy when he was going off the field. So Sean McVay, if he in his mode, he want to call some plays and they want to win, they're going to win. They are missing both their receivers. We know that they're missing their tight end. They're missing all this stuff, but I'm not playing it. But honestly, Skee, I probably lean the other side. I just trust McVay and the Rams more. I'd rather be square on this game than trust the Bears.
Hey, you doing a good job talking us off.
Bro, we gonna just watch the game. But it's too Sunday, bro. You gonna be mad as hell if we sit in our little spot watching the game. And Caleb Williams out there throwing interceptions after interceptions.
I am. You're right. I'm be pissed
times last week, bro. Like, come on, man. And he don't have any pocket discipline. But the Rams defense not good. But this dude don't have any pocket discipline, bro. He's not gonna sit in the pocket and run the offense. He's gonna look one read, then he's gone. And he's gonna scramble and make something happen. And your athleticism isn't as effective in the NFL as it was in college.
Everybody's an athlete.
Everybody, they running you down, bro. So I don't like the Bears, bro. I don't like the head coach or the quarterback.
Fair enough. There's some comments that's making me laugh, and they kind of feeding off you. They liking what they hearing, they laughing at you. Tasha says, painted nails with
the sugar in the tank. Shout out, Tasha. You know what it is. Women can see it first.
Saturated says, man, I leave for a minute and y'all ragging on Caleb. Tis. He says, Tasha just mad Caleb has a nicer purse than she does.
I'm telling you, nice purse, getting refills and stuff. He need to go get his nails done with my wife.
There was another comment that I want to put up. my boy here, he's from over there. He's a Bears fan. He says 5-star, right? But he got to settle down. He said he going too hard on the
It's
Bears.
all love, man. Hey, it's all love, Joshua, man. I got love for Chicago. I just don't got love for Caleb and Matt Eberflus, man. Big love for that city, though. Takes Chicago one of the best times I've had. I love it out there in the summertime, man. It's really nice on out there on Michigan Ave in Chicago, man. Great city.
Yeah. All right, let's move it on over. We got another game up, and this one is interesting. Curious how you gonna view this one. I know before we even talk about it, you got faith in one squad. I don't know if you got faith
Yeah,
in them in this spot, but this game opened with Minnesota as a 2.5 point favorite. Completely flipped
yeah,
to 2.5 for Green Bay. And right now, my screen is lighting up red. I'm seeing some threes popping up for Green Bay. They
yeah,
said that it's possible for Jordan Love to play in this game. It's a huge game. I think he probably will play. He's good. He's really good. Will he be healthy enough? Will the Packers be good enough to take out this Vikings? I mean, Sam Darnold has looked great. One of the better quarterbacks so far this year. That defense has looked amazing. I know you trust the coaching for the Vikings. Can't wait to
yeah.
hear how you view Vikings versus Packers.
This one we're gonna just watch it and enjoy it because it's too good of a game. If I had a play on it, it'd be first half Green Bay, and the reason why is because Jordan Love is playing. But you already know that he could have played last week, but he ended up just letting Malik Willis go on and play the game. But he could play; he was already ready. And also, Jordan Love's a youngster, man. He was just getting his shine on. Besides C.J. Stroud, he was probably the most beloved young guy quarterback, and now they talk about Malik Willis just a little too much. He'll be out there this week, believe that. So when you're dealing with this game, you're dealing with great coaching. That's just on both sides of the field, man. We got some really good coaches out there, man. Matt LaFleur is the one play caller who can get with Brian Flores. He dropped 33
Mm.
on them last year, so in Minnesota. So who gets the best out there chess matches, who's going to win this game? LaFleur has a three-head monster at receiver, all young guys, and they all Jordan Love's homies, and they all get open. They love playing with them. A lot of fun times going on in Green Bay. They're one of those teams. Now they're even younger than Houston. Houston was at first like the young fun team, and then they went and got Diggs and added him and added Mixon, and that a kind of a good mix of veterans and youngsters. Green Bay just a bunch of young kids out there balling, and they're having a good time and they're playing ball. I like their defensive backfield. Jair Alexander is really good. Him and Justin Jefferson have had some battles and expect another one on Sunday. A lot of people don't know there's some playmakers for the Packers in that defensive backfield. They actually lead the league in interceptions. So expect them to be trying to turn over Sam Darnold, man. He's protected the ball, but we know at the end of the day, he's still one of those guys that throws picks. Tough to come to Lambeau. Anytime you're in Lambeau, it's always going to be tradition. I lean, like I said, Green Bay first half, but this is going to be a really good game. I can't wait to see Kevin O'Connell versus Matt LaFleur. Just really good coaching, really good teams. Two stalwarts of the AFC North. It's always a great rivalry. This is just going to be a good game, man. This is what the NFL is all about. This game. My official play on this one would be Aaron Jones to score a touchdown. I think Aaron Jones comes back to Lambeau and scores. I think he can get in the box. That's my only play. But I do lean, if Love plays, guys, I'll be on first half Packers +1. I mean, -1, excuse me, -1, right?
Um, I'll check that first half line, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It might be
Aaron Jones
-2,
revenge
actually.
game.
Yeah.
That definitely sounds like something that yeah, I see -1. So you can
Yeah.
get -1. Yeah.
Yeah. It
But
goes
Aaron Jones
-1.
revenge game, I think that's a good point out there. And it will definitely be a good game. It's a big
Yeah.
game for both teams and can't wait to watch it. So
Yeah.
we did pretty good. We broke down a good amount of games. I know I talked a couple of other games that we didn't talk about with Ravino on the previous show. So if you maybe want to hear a couple of the games, um, go back and watch that. But I think it's about that time because I told you before the show, you said the same thing, man. I'm hungry. It's time to go eat, man.
Yeah, it's time to go eat, man. We had a long week, man. They don't understand, Skee. This stuff takes time, man. Because not
Yeah.
only you're doing the research for yourself, we both also have group plays of guys who, purchase plays from us that we have to make sure that they're winning, so you really pick, and then we try to give this content to you guys, and then, all this time filming and all this stuff, man, it kind of takes you away from the things that you want to do. That's why I can't wait for Fridays to get over, man, because I had this little window before the game starts on at 5 that I go eat with my wife, go kick it, go roll me a few, enjoy life, man. So, yeah, man, it's been a great week. Time to get to the winners.
Yeah, you know my song because you hopped in. You said, "Oh, this your jam." I said, "They don't see all of the hard work; they just see all of the results."
That's right, boy. That's right, boy. Hey, you was right on the money with that one. That's all they see is the result, and that's all they care about too is the results.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I understand. So
yeah.
let's move it over to best bets. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. You on
Mm-hmm.
ESPN, you got the wagering world, you got some clothing going. You do
Yeah,
he's a jack of all, he do a lot of stuff, man. So
yeah,
anything you
yeah.
would like to promote, and then if you want to either recap your plays or maybe a play you like more than the rest, just
Okay.
let the people know.
A lot of you guys already know I have the Wagering World. You guys, please go subscribe. We're trying to get our subscriptions up to 1,000 so we can get on the road with my guy Skee. Try to, see if we can get over 1K on the subscribers. We're almost there, guys. We appreciate you if you come join. Website that's gonna have the gear you see right on. I got on one of the hoodies right now. This one is the Autumn. It's called the Autumn one, and it's live from Summerlin, as you see. Really high quality stuff. We got some tees and some hoodies for it's getting cold, and some caps and all that. It will be on www.thewageringworld.com. Setting up the store right now. I'll let you guys know when you can come get it. If you're interested in any of the merchandise, you're always free to DM me, and I can still set it up where I can, get you over some of the gear. The plays for tonight, we're going with Maryland +7. We're going with the Bucs money line and +2. These are all the official plays. And then we're also going with Virginia Tech, so you guys can get an early start on the winners for tonight. Take Virginia Tech +17.5. Do not go under 17. Keep it over 17.5. I think those three are more than enough for you guys to get some money in your pocket.
Good stuff. And yeah, 3 is more than enough. And don't be getting mad, man, if you go 2 out of 3 and you didn't hit your parlay. That's
Right. We
still
bet
profit for
sharp on.
us.
Listen, guys, bet the game straight. Parlays are what keep the lights on at every hotel around the world. Do not bet parlays. If you're up, yeah, throw $50, $100. But bro, when you slamming $1,000 on a parlay, you just giving your money away.
And he said it as good as you can say it. There's a comment in the chat. He says, "I need that merch ASAP. How can we DM you?" His Twitter or X is at
Yeah.
5 star in Vegas, right there on the screen.
Yep,
Five
at
star
Five
in
Star in
Vegas.
Vegas. DM me, please. I love to get you some of that merch, man.
And for myself, I'm gonna do like I did last time. Cap the capper. And we agreed on the NFL pick already. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'll get to the window with that. But what I'll use for the best bet for the show, I enjoyed the Maryland +7 breakdown. I think
Yeah.
that's my favorite wager out of out of the 3. So I'll roll my guy 5 star on that. Maryland +7 will be my best bet for the show. I appreciate you 5 star taking the time to come talk these games out with us and just sharing all your expertise. You guys in the chat, appreciate you guys too for taking the time to watch the show. If you can, hit the like button. It definitely helps us out over here. And if you want to know when we go live, hit the subscribe button. So till next time, best of luck, everybody, on all your plays, and we'll catch you.